Hi everyone, hope you've had a great Saturday. So here's a few items, quite valuable items I'm going to be putting on eBay tonight. I thought I'd share with you guys. So the first item is an 18th century naval boarding axe. So this is from the 1700s. And nationality is Swedish. Okay, so I paid £400 for this. You can see it's got a nicely shaped ended handle, a bit like on a baseball bat, made from pine. Totally original, with a maker's mark just there. You can see it's quite a good mark, with a very primitive looking shape, a bit like a Viking axe. I mean, hence it's Swedish. Now, a Viking axe would have like basically no spike, a bit like that. So you can see how they added the spike for naval usage, for taking out cannonballs, heated shot, they call them, when they were heated till the color of red. And the heat would have just caused absolute mayhem and fires to the timbers of the ships. So, yeah, this is a pretty rare item, again used during Catherine the Great's era, when the Swedes were fighting the Russians. They had massive naval battles across the islands there, around Sweden and Finland, or modern day Finland, because that used to be part of Sweden till the Russians took it. So yeah, very interesting. And paid 400, and I'm hoping to get 700 for this. It's quite a rare item. They're getting harder to get hold of because a lot of people like them, and collectors like to collect a lot of them, not just one or two. They like to have like a whole stack of them as investment. So that's the first of the bunch of items that's going on eBay tonight. There's an image over here, a close-up of the maker's mark. And yeah, I will post what it sells for later, another time. Next, we have a Ceramide pike crimper with a pointed hand on the end. And you can see it's got little inlaid nails on the fist or the hand, and like a very nice spiral shaped decoration here, and the wheel turns nicely. It's a nice thick one, made from cowbone. It's got some dark areas from age, now obviously used on pastries, making cakes, pies, especially Scottish pies, because in Scotland, as you know, they're quite into the mince pies. Beef mince pies, that is, not the fruit ones. And yeah, pretty cool. Now I paid £30 for this. It's a Victorian one, so pretty cool. See a close up here. The pointed finger. It's got some sort of meaning to it, because a lot of the sailors' folk art used to have different types of meanings, religious and Masonic meanings to some of the symbols, which is quite interesting for looking up. So yeah, that's the second item. Next, we have a ship in a bottle. Now, it's a very old Victorian one. Not sure if you can see, but it's got palm trees inside. It's a difficult one to photo because it's very dark. So you might be able to see the little houses on the background and palm trees at the top. So that's possibly Jamaica or Barbados, one of the old colonial areas, places. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And it's got the original cork in the end. It's got bubbles on the glass, if you can see. It's a very old wine bottle. It's got these beautiful bubbles. It looks a bit like water. You see those bubbles? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Another good indication of very old items with glass. It's got bubbles in it because it's been made the old traditional way rather than in a mold, a factory mold. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And next, let's have a look. So this is pretty cool, quite rare. You probably would not have seen many of these. It's a whaling harpoon, and this thing is massive. I'll stand back. It's just the head, but there would have been a handle fitted to this. You can see the socket, how it's shaped. It's made from steel. There's quite vicious. I feel sorry for the whale that this would have caught. So this is hinged, goes like that. So when it goes in like that, then it goes like that inside the whale. It's pretty bad, pretty vicious. I'm glad they banned that kind of thing. I know the Japanese still do it, but who's going to stop them? And the Norwegians. But like I say, it's quite a vicious, rare item though. Very heavy. It's got a nice shape to it. The point. Now this would look cool on a wall, just like that. You can imagine on a wall some sort of a fishing club. And I don't recommend them using it because you're not supposed to. So yeah, that's quite something. I paid 150 for this. When I look, they're about worth £400 to £700, $1,000 at least. But this is bigger than normal. This is a Bertha. It's a big one. It's quite cool. Now I saw the exact same one in the Amsterdam Maritime Museum. Now that's absolutely worth checking out, which you can see here, an image of the actual one I took, the photo I took of the very similar one. That's a very good museum. And they've got a 17th century museum ship worth checking out from the VOC, the old Dutch East India Company. So that's worth checking out. They've got a huge whaling section and also lots of ship models, figureheads, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And it's a good reference if you're into antiques and you look out for them at auctions and at markets. Also, like I say, the antique shops there, you never know, some of that stuff turns up. So I've picked up some nice ship carvings there in Amsterdam, which I've kept. They're too nice to sell, some of them. So, especially the big ones. People are always asking for them. And they pay a lot of money for them, especially figureheads. Are we talking the big ones now? I've had a few, but nothing like the massive ones you see on like the big ships. Obviously, they're very difficult to obtain and to keep anywhere because they're huge. Some of them are like 8 to 10 foot high. Massive. So yeah, that's quite a cool antique. A lot of history. And you can see from the images that I've put up, there's a lot of history. You've got old Moby Dick. So there's a lot of collectors, especially in America. They're quite into these type of whaling objects, folk art, and you see at some of the antique fairs. Another good one is a Newark Antique Fair. They have very good stuff there, carvings and all sorts of things. So is the next item is a Burwood salt box or pantry box. So I said Burwood, it's actually birch. It's birch, silver birch. So it's silver birch. So this actually stops bacteria naturally. The bark from the birch tree is a natural way of stopping bacteria. So no like creatures like insects will bite into this. So it's very good for preserving things like butter. In the olden days, sugar. They would have stopped creatures pretty much. And you can see the old birch, the bark decorations on the bark, because they actually have stamped like a decoration on the top and bottom. And it's got a nicely carved little handle on the top. So, I mean, I'm guessing it is Scottish. Now, I did see these in Stockholm, in Sweden, because the Swedish make a lot of pantry boxes too. And yeah, it's got a nicely shaped, if you look here how they've joined it, how it's been very nicely put together. That's quite cool, and it's pine wood on the base. So yeah, I don't get these often. They're pretty cool. So again, I paid about £5 for this. It's probably going to get 20 to 30. And it just looks cool. You can imagine it on an old styled Welsh dresser in a kitchen. Or on just a surface, on a kitchen surface on the top somewhere. You can see inside as well. It's a bit dark in here, so but anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Now all these items will be put on eBay tonight. I'll do another video of what they sell for. And early tomorrow morning I'm going to the antique market car boot sale down at the Ocean Terminal down in Leith. And hopefully I'll pick up lots of old items, but I will be taking a long video for everyone to see. And please subscribe if you haven't, and please leave any comments below if there's anything you want to say or mention. And other than that, have a great Sunday, and thanks again.